What is the cheapest way to cut metal reliably? I've got a new favorite metal cutter, and most importantly, it gets the job done cheap. Before you cut that bolt, pipe, or sheet of steel, ask yourself one question. How much is this cut going to cost me? Once you start thinking that way, it will change what you use and how you look at every project. Everyone always debates which cutting tool is best, as if money doesn't matter. Here's what I've got in my toolbox. I have an old school nibbler, nibbles one chunk at a time, works, but is slow and painful. $0. I have this oscillating saw. Fights me the whole way. Blades cost way too much when you burn a blade. $22 a blade. I have a jigsaw. Blades are only $2.40 a piece, so that's pretty good. Works okay, but it's kind of limited. I then have these tin snips, so that's $0. Cheap, but they deform the metal, and the corners are really tough to take. I have the original old school hacksaw. Those are cheap. Blades are only $2.65. It cuts stuff straight fine, but corner cuts are brutal. Then I have a Sawzall. The cuts are a bit rough. The blades are still $12. And finally, I have this 3-inch Dewalt Cutoff tool. It has a metal cutoff disc in it. It's dirt cheap and it just works. It only costs $1.50 per disc, and it cuts kind of like a circular saw. My favorite is the Dewalt 3-inch cutoff tool with abrasive disc. Also, I know there are other options out there. These are just the tools I already own, so if you know something cheaper or better, drop it in the comments below. I prefer this 3-inch cutoff over the full-size angle grinder because I have more control. Though an angle grinder is a close second, and sometimes you can get the blade in there at a different angle, so the cutoff wheel on a grinder is also a great option. This little Dewalt's perfect for small jobs, cutting bolts, hinges, rebar, or in today's case, salvaging a 3-inch by 6-inch chunk of thick sheet metal from a diesel heater. It feels a lot more like a circular saw for metal than an angle grinder. It allows you to do plunge cuts, and the blade itself helps keep the cut pretty straight, so that's pretty amazing. And the best part, as I mentioned before, discs are only $1.50 each, and they last for several cuts. The only trade-off, sparks, dust, and debris, so make sure to use your PPE because it's going to splatter it everywhere, and definitely don't use it anywhere where fire is a hazard. So in a confined space, garage, inside a wall, that may not always be the right application for this. Also, as you notice, the blade is going clockwise. On this Dewalt, you can have it go clockwise or counterclockwise. I actually have it going clockwise to keep a bunch of the sparks away from my leg. And if you kind of watch that cut, I mean, that piece of sheet metal is just kind of flapping in the wind there a little bit, and this thing is very easy to cut with because it doesn't create a lot of vibration. So two big benefits are you can control the direction of the blade, forward or backwards, and it doesn't create a lot of vibration. And here I'm doing a plunge cut right in the middle of nowhere. So that is something you can't do with a Sawzall or another tool. And here we go, kind of getting it back in there again. But fabulous. That's it. And probably costs about 20 cents worth of blade to get that done, seeing that I'm going to use the blade multiple times. So not bad, not a ton of blade use. That's really a really used blade that's in there right now. The other thing to note is that the edges are not a perfectly clean cut, so they will need some cleanup afterwards. You'll need to get in here and sand them down, etc. Depending on what your application is. And in my case, I don't want to cut myself later, so I'll get my little rotary sander out that you've seen me used a lot as well, and just start to grind that down, and that'll make a huge difference here. The other thing to note here is there is an adapter. That's one of the reasons I picked the Dewalt. I'll show you that in a few minutes when I'm cutting the brick, but there's an adapter on this Dewalt unit that allows you to use it more like a circular saw, and so theoretically you could put a speed square or something else on there and really cut your metal a lot more precise and a lot straighter, more like you would cutting wood with a circular saw in a speed square. Okay, for this job, that's good enough. Again, I'm just trying to salvage a little piece out here. Just don't want to cut myself on it, but it's really not a critical piece. But again, look how easy it is to just carve that out. I can't think of an easier way to cut out a chunk of metal like that. Okay, and just to show you how good a cutter this is of metal, here's a grade 10.9 M12 bolt probably comes off a Toyota Tundra, so it's a good hardened bolt. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it, stick it in the vise here, and got a fresh blade on there, a Diablo blade, but there's plenty of manufacturers of these blades, probably get them even cheaper. Notice I'm still going clockwise with the direction, so the sparks fly up into the shroud and down. If I'm cutting the other direction, that big set of sparks that's shooting out the front there would actually be shooting back towards my leg. So in this case, I just tend to fight it a little bit, but look at that. I mean, just insane. There's a grade 10 bolt. Imagine doing that with a hacksaw, a jigsaw, or Sawzall. And this blade is barely worn out on that. I mean, I could probably cut another 20 bolts like that on that one blade, all for $1.50. So price is an option, but simply amazing at what a great job it does of cutting these. Okay, so now I'm going to cut a brick with a diamond blade. I'll talk about the diamond blade in a few minutes, but first I have this, the whole reason I got this Dewalt was because of this little adapter they have here. You can attach a vacuum cleaner to it, but it also acts like a guide, so it kind of turns it into more of that circular saw experience. Not only does it control dust, it does melt a little if you're using it on metal, so just kind of be aware of that. But it's really good for tile cuts, using speed squares, etc. All right, so I've got that shroud on there. I'm not cutting full depth here, just so you know, but it would take to cut this brick in half. Whoops, there you go. It would take 2 passes, 1 on each side, and even with that, I had to chisel it apart. So it's not perfectly ideal for bricks, but I just want to show you that it's really versatile. And that blade has been used on probably 10 bricks so far, and it's still holding up. So whatever they do with that diamond coating is just phenomenal here. But you can see if you had to put that on a vacuum and you wanted to reduce more dust because you're inside or something cutting tiles for a bathroom or whatever, this is definitely a great tool to do that. And just look at that. It just rips through a piece of, well, it's more like cement block than brick, but you get the point here. And again, I didn't have that at full depth, but full depth is maybe, I don't know, I should probably measure that, but probably about 1 inch or so. So if you were cutting bricks, it's not going to, even if you cut it on the top and the bottom, it's not quite enough. All right, so there you have it, the Dewalt Cutoff tool. Milwaukee also makes one. You notice I'm pretty much a big Milwaukee user, but in this case, that little shroud on top of it made a huge difference. Also, taking a look at the blades here, you can see this is my 5-pack for like cheap. You can see that there's hardly any wear on the blade after cutting that bolt from a brand new blade. So that's really impressive. You'll get a lot of use out of those. Friction discs or metal cutoff wheels or whatever we call them here. Just dirt cheap. They do wear, they grind away, so they get smaller as you use them. So just be aware of that. But yeah, you just cut a grade 10.9 bolt clean in half in a couple seconds, which is absolutely amazing. Again, that's the masonry bit that's in there with the shroud. Take the battery off here just so I don't accidentally turn it on while I'm taking things apart here. But that's the other remarkable thing about this is you think it would be going at like 10,000 RPMs or something, and it's just got like a lot of high torque. So again, there's the cut from the cement stone, which is just phenomenal too. Just a quick freehand of that. So I'm going to take the blade guard off. Just plops right off so you can freehand it. And again, if you're cutting metal, I recommend you freehand it more. There's a little plastic on the back of it, and that sometimes melts. All right, so it is counterclockwise, the opposite that you're used to tightening on this blade. This little shank thing, that's the masonry bit there. And as you can see, I've cut several of these bricks. I had a brick project a little while ago, and that blade is still holding up. So, and that's a Dewalt brand, so that's a brand name one, but simply amazing how well that works. So I believe it when people are using these for tile saws and whatnot. So if you're doing a bathroom on tile, this also makes a great cutoff tool for that. And this blade won't shrink. It'll simply lose all its diamond coating and eventually become worthless. But yeah, I'll put the friction disc back in, the metal cutoff wheel, tighten it down. It's nice that it has the Allen wrench in the handle so you can't lose the parts to take it apart, put it back together. Again, tightening is counterclockwise, so it's a little intuitive or anti-intuitive when you do it, but it's just because it's got a left-handed thread. So this is the easiest, cheapest way to cut metal bolts and things like that, and it beats the pants off of an oscillating tool, which those blades are actually way expensive for what you end up getting. They're great for certain jobs, but they're definitely not good for this type of work. And they beat a Sawzall, a lot less vibration, though the only drawback is the sparks and dust that you create with it. Tighten that down good and tight. It's got a little stop that I'm holding down with my thumb underneath to prevent the blade from spinning while I tighten it. And that's it. And we're ready to go. So, fantastic tool. Again, Milwaukee also makes one. I'm sure other companies do, but just having the super small size that's using batteries that you already have in your toolbox makes a lot of harder jobs easier. And I want to leave you with just one more thing. I'll probably do some sort of look-see at this in the future, but you can also get these abrasive discs all the way down to the Dremel size in super small sizes. So that's really important to know too. You're in a tight space. Just think like a toilet where you're trying to cut that little brass nut off the toilet or something else or whatever it is. These abrasive discs would also cut all of the metal I just talked about. A lot slower, but for a small bolt or nut that's in a really tight position, these abrasive discs would be fantastic. So I'll probably do some sort of demo of the Dremel with its abrasive discs and see what we can do. Probably try to cut that exact same bolt in half just using the Dremel rotary tool and then the micro rotary tool there for something even smaller. So just keep that in mind. These abrasive discs are fantastic. They do produce a lot of sparks, a lot of heat, and a lot of dust. So that's the real downside to them. But it sure beats cutting a lot of stuff out with a hacksaw or a file or whatever else it is that you have. So thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful.